Have you ever walked away from a conversation replaying it in your head, thinking, why did they talk to me like that? Or, I wish I handled that better. Maybe it was a stranger snapping at you in a queue, a coworker making a sarcastic comment, or someone online firing off a rude message for no reason. Rudeness is everywhere, and it always seems to show up on the days we're already tired, stressed, or stretched thin. But here's the real question. Why do rude people get under our skin so quickly? And what can we do to stay calm, confident, and in control when it happens? Today, we're breaking down the psychology of handling rude people without losing your cool. Not by winning or destroying them, but by understanding what's really happening, protecting your peace, and responding in a way that keeps your dignity intact. Let's start with something simple but powerful. Rudeness is rarely about you. It feels personal, but most of the time it isn't. People carry stress, frustration, insecurity, and anger like invisible backpacks. And sometimes they drop that weight on whoever happens to be standing closest. Think about a time someone snapped at you for no reason. Maybe a cashier was short with you. Maybe a colleague rolled their eyes. Maybe a family member made a comment that stung more than it should have. In that moment, it felt like an attack. But if you zoom out, you might realize they were overwhelmed, exhausted, or dealing with something you knew nothing about. This doesn't excuse the behavior, but it helps you understand it. And understanding is the first step to staying calm. So let's walk through how to handle rude people without losing your cool, using real-life examples and questions you can reflect on. Pause before you react. When someone is rude, your brain reacts instantly. Your heart rate jumps, your muscles tense. Your mind prepares for a comeback. This is your fight or flight response kicking in. But here's the trick. You don't have to respond at the speed of your emotions. Imagine someone cuts in front of you in a queue and says, "I'm in a hurry, move." Your instinct might be to snap back, but what if you paused for 2 seconds? Just 2 seconds. That tiny pause gives your brain time to shift from reaction to intention. It's the difference between escalating the situation and staying in control. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will responding make this better or worse? Most of the time, the answer is obvious. Rudeness is contagious. If someone is sharp, sarcastic, or dismissive, it's easy to match their tone without even realizing it. But here's the truth. You don't win by becoming like them. Instead, try responding with calm clarity, such as, "I'm working on it, you'll have it shortly." You're not being passive, you're being intentional. You're choosing your tone instead of letting theirs choose it for you. Ask yourself, do I want to reflect their energy or my own? Boundaries don't have to be loud, aggressive, or confrontational. They can be simple, steady, and firm. If someone repeatedly speaks to you in a rude or dismissive way, you can say, "I'm happy to talk about this, but not in that tone." You're not attacking them. You're not insulting them. You're simply stating the standard for how you expect to be treated. Think of boundaries as a door. You're not slamming it shut. You're just deciding who gets to walk through and how. When someone is rude, instead of reacting emotionally, try responding with curiosity. For example, if someone snaps, "Why did you do it like that?" you can calmly ask, "What's your concern about it?" Curiosity slows the conversation down and changes the dynamic. Curiosity does two things. It slows the conversation down and forces the other person to explain themselves instead of attacking. You shift the dynamic from confrontation to conversation. Ask yourself, what might be going on beneath their behavior? Some people want a reaction. They thrive on conflict, drama, or emotional chaos. You don't have to give them what they're looking for. If someone tries to provoke you with sarcasm, criticism, or passive-aggressive comments, you can simply respond with neutrality. "All right, I see. Noted." Short, calm responses send a clear message. I'm not playing this game. Ask yourself, is this person looking for a reaction or a solution? Not every rude comment deserves your time, energy, or attention. If someone is being intentionally disrespectful, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. No reaction, no argument, no emotional investment. Silence can be a boundary. Silence can be strength. Silence can be a way of saying, I'm not lowering myself to this level. Ask yourself, does this conversation deserve my voice? After dealing with a rude person, it's normal to replay the moment in your mind. But instead of absorbing the negativity, try reflecting on it. Ask yourself, why did that bother me? What did I learn about myself? How can I handle it even better next time? Reflection turns a negative moment into personal growth. Not every situation can be fixed. Not every person wants to be respectful. Not every conversation is worth continuing. Walking away isn't weakness, it's wisdom. If someone is repeatedly rude, dismissive, or aggressive, you're allowed to remove yourself from the situation. You're allowed to protect your mental and emotional well-being. Ask yourself, is staying here costing me more than leaving? Handling rude people isn't about being perfect, clever, or unshakable. It's about choosing your response instead of letting someone else choose it for you. You can stay calm, you can stay confident, you can stay grounded, and you can walk away knowing you protected your peace. Because at the end of the day, your energy is valuable, and not everyone deserves access to it.